Hey there, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan. Here we're looking at a Subaru Sambar K-Truck. This one with four-wheel drive, comes with a supercharged 660cc engine, and so that's under a liter. 5-speed manual on this one, comes with AC as well. This is bought from auction for export to the USA. Most of these K-Trucks that we are selling end up going to dealers. The dealers don't let us put these onto the YouTube channel. So we do sell a lot of these to the USA. Not an awful lot of them come up here on the channel if you were looking for one. Now I'll switch the engine off here, not much to say. I have given it a test drive and it test drove fine. Note that the test drive isn't included in the price that we charge. I just happened to want to drive it around the neighborhood here, just to see if everything was okay on it. I don't get much experience with the supercharged ones, so I wanted to see if that was okay. And to be honest, a number of the supercharged ones that I have got in ended up having some sort of little issues. So I just wanted to make sure that this had no issues before sending it off to the port. Lucky for me and for the person who bought it, there are no issues with this. Because here's the auction inspection sheet. I'll quickly translate this for you. So this is a 1992 Sambar truck. The Subaru Sambar is the only one that comes with a supercharged engine. And it's actually a 4-cylinder that goes in the back here instead of regular mid-engine that you typically get. This one here, this flips down and then you can see the engine sitting sideways. They call it like a Clover 4. And the cylinders are on the side. It's quite interesting. Auction grade 3, interior seat, 4-wheel drive, 5-speed manual and AC. And the AC is really cold on this one, which is weird. Usually you get kind of okay AC on this. This one's nice and cold. 114,944 kilometers. And note that a lot of these K-Trucks have 5-digit odometers. It wasn't until like, I guess 1992, 93 that they started putting in the 6-digit odometers. So a lot of these K-Trucks are mileage unknown. Okay, so it says interior dirty and cigarette burns. There's actually cigarette burns in this little cushion piece that comes in it. And I think this is also a good example of how these are often used as work trucks. They often come in quite dirty, not maintained that well, to be honest. But I mean, prices are pretty cheap and they are still a cool import that a lot of people are bringing in. Just expect that if you're buying one from a dealer, it's going to be cleaner than one that you get directly from auction. Okay, so what does it say on here? Steering wheel has a cover on it. That is true. Kind of like a sports car cover. It's like an Impreza. Actually, you can get these K trucks in the WR Blue for like the later model ones directly from factory. It's kind of funny. Console has screw holes in it, various scratches, dents, and surface rust on the car. So here's the screw holes in the console. I'm going to not get run over by the step wagon. Thank you. And we'll do a quick once around here. Now in terms of condition, I would say that this one is slightly above average. We actually got it for quite a reasonable price, I think. Can't say how much we buy them for unless you email us, and then I won't tell you how much this one sold for because that's for the customer and me alone to know. The reason why these are so cool is because, well, 4-wheel drive and reliable and cheap on gas and able to be driven on the streets because they have full markers and lights and everything. These side pieces come down and your loading level is only at about 50 centimeters up. And so this gives you a lot more usefulness than typical pickup truck in the US, which has bed sides that don't flip down and you have to lift things up pretty high, which really, you know, that could cut down on a lot of the work that you do until you turn out to be Hercules sized in muscles. Okay, it's a cab over design, no power steering. There you go. The lack of power steering allows you to become Hercules sized. So this one in particular, let's take a look at damages. So the front bumper, it is wet. Usually I don't want to shoot these in wet, but now we're going on like 8 weeks in a row of rainy season, and we really have to shoot the videos. Anyway, you can see the paint damage. You'll need to take that off and repaint it. Headlights are a little bit foggy. Okay, I find that the Subaru ones are maybe a little bit cheaper than your typical ones. And yeah, the seller of this didn't mention it was a supercharged one. That's kind of funny because they come in both models and the supercharged ones are naturally a little bit more expensive. A couple of scratches here with surface rust and a dent down here. Some sealer, like a bathroom sealant, has been used to stick this on. We also have a crack here in it. The back section here around the welds has surface rust coming. Maybe some areas you might want to consider like corrosion. And this is your typical look of a lot of these K trucks, is they have Not really corrosion so much, it's just surface rust and nicks and dings and stuff that ends up rusting. This one comes with a bed liner that has been taped in with standard packing tape, which is kind of funny. And then bed caps on the ends here prevent it from chipping around there. These are useful. The tree on the back here, you can put like a pole from up here no matter what the length is, and then put it into the back like that, and then just tie it onto the top. So very efficient use for construction or agriculture or I don't know, trimming trees and putting them in a truck, I guess. Cool. Close. Continuing on to the back, we got a dent here in the fender. We got some dents in the back corner here and up here. These still work appropriately, but apparently I'm not very good at putting them back one-handed. I'm cheating with two hands here. There we go. Whew. Hinges, and some speckles here of paint chipped off down here. Going along here, it's looking pretty good. Here there's a sealant that has been put on here. I'm not sure why. And up here, and I'm not sure why. It doesn't appear to have any, like, underneath of that doesn't go into the inside of the cabin. I'm not sure why you would want to put sealant on that. Okay. So, it smells like cigarettes inside. Just about 110% of the workers here in Japan are heavy cigarette smokers, and so you'll get a lot of cigarette use inside these. Can you see that, or is it blown out? Some rock chips there. The pocket has been torn off. This is a flat panel, so you can replace it with whatever you want, which is kind of cool. There's a scuff on the paint here from sliding out of the truck, and here as well. Seats on these almost always have rips, like 80%. This one is no different. Rip there. It came with a Godzilla statue, which is probably not my first Godzilla statue that has come with a car, to be honest. This flips down, and you can have Godzilla. You can have Doggy. There's a vase in here. Okay. Water bottle. Definitely don't drink what's in that water bottle. Air freshener, other various things. I'm just going to leave them all in here and see if they make their way to the USA. Okay, the passenger seat is fine. They said cigarette burn in here. I see it on this cushion. I don't see... yeah, I guess that's a cigarette burn right there. Oh yeah, and there's some in here. Alright. So the four-wheel drive is a button on here. It is switch on the fly, electronic, you just switch it. You can get these with locking differentials, but they're a little bit harder, and I don't know if the Sambar has the locking differentials. The four-wheel drive switch is stuck in, and so it has been converted to this switch here that has been custom wired in. It's still, this is functional, and this is still mildly functional. If you push it down, it'll turn on, but as soon as you lift your thumb up, it turns itself off. Comes with a cigarette. You can try a Japanese cigarette if you don't mind touching lips with someone you don't know, which most people do, so never mind that. Aftermarket floor mats in here. And here. 114,974 kilometers there. And there might be even more cigarettes inside here. These are like cup holder style ashtrays. Okay. Oh, and this is weird too. The shininess of the mirror has come off in some places. Alright, that is all for now. Thank you so much for watching this K-Truck video. Subaru Sambar 4-wheel drive, supercharged, 5-speed manual with AC. The only thing it's missing is the dump bed on it. But then good luck getting a dump bed with all those other things too. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.